I'm willing to bet that most of you, if not all of you, have been a leader at some point in your life and your career. You've either been a CEO, you've been a floor manager for a retail department store, or you've served as a volunteer for some nonprofit organization. Is it a fair assumption to say that you've served in some sort of leadership capacity in your lifetime?
Yes.
Yes? Well, the wonderful thing about leadership is it provides you an opportunity to help influence and inspire people, Lily. Is that not the truth? I think leadership deserves acknowledgement because it's not a bowl of cherries and because it does come with frustration and because, Nicole, it does come with obstacles. Is that not correct? We have people, Marcus, that will become obstacles. We have people that don't necessarily get what we're telling them. Right, Aaron? But the first thing I want to do is I want to acknowledge you and say congratulations for admitting the truth. Because we as leaders, we need to make sure that we don't become complacent, but that we realize that those frustrations are potential gaps and that we may have some room where we can improve in our leadership skills. Well, today that's what I want to share with you. I want to share with you the different ways in which people connect, the different ways in which people commit, and the different ways in which people contribute. Because when you can identify those things as a leader, and you can use that knowledge to your advantage, you can get even more commitment, even better connection, Dave, and even more contribution. And isn't that something that would be beneficial to any leader? You all agreed that leadership can be fun and enjoyable, and you said, yes, I've had people listen, yes, I've had people committed to the work, and yes, they were enthusiastic. And that means that as a leader, you are probably following this process without even realizing what all was at play. But did you not also admit that there were some frustrations? That people don't always hear what you have to say, Sandra? That they don't always get it? That sometimes there's that lack of connection? And that would imply that there are some gaps that need to be filled. My goal is to give you enough insight today so that you can begin looking differently at how you interact, Marcus, with different people so that you can have even more success with the people that you lead. Everybody has a certain expectation for the way that they want to be approached. That means they expect you to communicate in a specific way with them. See, she's a yellow, and she's very adaptive. And that can be great as a leadership quality. But it can also be bad if you're too adaptive. Am I not right?
Yes.
She's already X'd you out. It's over. You lost her. See, the connection. Where are my blues? Your expectation is you get to be able to ask questions, that you have dialogue. Okay, we have several blues. And then finally, where are my greens? This is usually the smallest number. Mark, sing it, Marcus, sing it. And then Lily. We got Lily green. Aaron, a little bit, maybe? No, okay. Well, what I want to say is no, not everybody answered the same, correct? Can you see, just right off the bat, that there may be some potential roadblocks right at the level that we connect? You can see how this can become a pretty big problem right away. That's just the first level. Okay, I just want to reiterate really quickly, whatever color most resonates with you is the way that you probably approach people in your communication and your interactions, and the way that you prefer for people to interact and communicate with you. Okay, before we go on. All right. Well, just like we have a preference in the way that we communicate and interact, we also have a preference in the way in which we learn. And this is just really extremely important to know as a leader, because not only does it help to keep people engaged with what you're talking about, it is critical, and I mean critical, for getting someone to understand your message. Okay, let's look at the different groups. For people who are more red, it's all about trial and error. They're going to try. They're the goers. They're the doers. They don't care about the plan. They don't care about the people. They're just going to go do it. If they mess up, so be it. I'll fix it as I go along, but I'm going to go do it. If I mess it up, again, I'll fix it as I go along. Then I'll go and do it, and if I fix it, great. Next project. It's all about trial. It's all about immediate feedback. If you were to picture these people in a scenario, you could say, here's a forest. I need you to get from point A to point B. They'd pick up a machete and they'd just start blazing through. They wouldn't care if they hit power lines. They wouldn't care if they hit rocks, because they'll fix it as they go. They'll fix it as they go. And you're saying, oh God, but these people are doers. They will make things happen. So if you want somebody to learn that's red, you just tell them what you want them to do. I promise they're going to just go try it. And Nicole's like, I can't believe that. What are they thinking? My God. They need something. For people who are yellow, it's about being emulous. They're going to observe. They're going to get in this group. They may watch a speaker. They'll be like, I did or did not like what Cody just did. I'm definitely not repeating that. Or I will repeat that. They will imitate. If they don't have a group of people to brainstorm with and have a discussion with, they'll go to YouTube. Let's say they need to put together a piece of IKEA furniture. They'll go to YouTube. They'll find the English guy that does that, and they'll emulate that. And that's how they learn. It's through participation. For blue people, it is about the questions. They're going to ask questions, then they're going to listen. They're going to ask more questions. They're going to listen. And then they're even going to ask more questions. And they're going to take that information and they're going to go reflect on it so that they can assimilate it. What's important to know about blue people, Marlon, is that you may need to give them some extra time. That does not mean that they are not intelligent. Blue people can be extremely intuitive and extremely intelligent, extremely creative. But they do need time to reflect. So give them that time. It may be 5 minutes. It may be 5 hours. It may be 5 days. But they're going to need time to reflect. And then finally, my green people. These people want sorting. Tara's shaking her head yes. If you come to her as a green person, or if you come to her and she is a green person, and you throw a bunch of stuff on her desk, what is the first thing you're going to do? Besides implode. I'm a green person too. I'm going to implode. But what's the second thing you're going to do?
I would probably start sorting through it, just organizing and trying to plan what needs to be or go where.
Of course you are. Start putting it in little piles so that it makes sense. So if you're approaching somebody who's green, give them a plan. If you have a talk, lay it out. Lay it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't just, because that's going to be confusing for somebody green. Okay? Well, once we've gathered this information, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down into our instinctive state that we talked about earlier. And this is where we process the information. This is where we make the decisions. And this is where we're going to decide to commit of what Sandra is asking of us. Now, to do that, we're going to ask the following questions. For people who are red, we're going to say, Sandra, what do you want us to do? And when do you want us to do it? That's it. It's that simple. Remember, reds are short and sweet. Genu, I don't know if this is resonating with you still because this is a different level, but for red people, when it comes to making decisions, this is what they want. Short and sweet. Don't give them a bunch of other stuff. For people who are yellow, who all's involved? Wait a minute. We got to talk to Aaron. Hold up. Aaron's not in this room. You better bring Aaron in this room because Aaron's involved. Oh, and we forgot Lily. We can't forget Lily because we need Lily's input. We cannot leave her out in the dark. It's about involvement. And Lily's going, I couldn't care less. But it's about the people and it's about the possibilities. And that's how you make the decision. If you exclude people when somebody's yellow, it's going to make them mad. Tara's like, you better not exclude me, Jack. I will come at you. For people who are blue, the first question they're going to ask is, Cody, I don't understand why we're doing this. I need a reason. You better give me purpose and context behind what we are going to do and what you're asking me to do. And once they find out the purpose, they're going to say, well, what if we try it this way? What if we think about this? So it's about alternatives. And then for green people, they want proof that it works. Why is this important? This is important because you as leaders need to know that people do have different needs at different levels. And if you do not meet those needs at those different levels, you will never, ever get them to be engaged and contributing at their maximum level. But the good thing is that if you can get them their needs met at those different levels, then they will have no problem going to the ends of the world for you. But my hope is that I gave you enough information today, Sandra, so that you can be on the lookout and explore the opportunities so that you can improve not only your performance, but your teams as well. Aaron, each of you can and will make a difference. My challenge to each of you is that you take this opportunity, that you don't become complacent as leaders, but that you continue to strive, that you continue to learn, and you continue to adapt, Marlon, so that you can be the change agent that makes the difference for your organization and the people that you surround yourself with. And with that, I hope that you will make your connections count.